right.
of the 22 nationwide is right here.
Right. Yeah.
That's tremendous. I did not know that. So so it's for folks, for children who are in need, other than even just being burned.
Up till 18 years old.
Is that right? Up till age 18.
Yeah. But yeah, we even advertise, if you know of a child that needs medical attention, like, crippled in some way, let us know. And we have transportation going from the Myrtle Beach area constantly to Greenville Hospital.
Is that right?
Yeah.
That is tremendous, Bob. Yeah.
And our nearest burn institute is in Cincinnati. And of course, if we had a child that was burned right now, we could fly the parent and the child to Cincinnati.
Is that right?
There's no charge for any.
And no charge?
We do not have a charge for any medical attention whatsoever.
That is tremendous, Bob. And if they were there, I'm sure there's other great resources to take advantage of to help, as you said, put up that parent if they're there with their child who's been burned or is in dire medical attention. Could a viewer also call you at your 651-5675 number to learn more about the Shrine organization?
Yes, sir.
And supporting the Shriners. Is that a group that Bob Cape is involved in?
Very much so.
You do some clown work?
Yes, we have. Within the Shrine, we have a lot of Shrine units, of course.
Right.
And he is in the clown unit.
In the clown unit. Well, that's
great.
great.
Good friend of mine. Yeah.
Is he really good? Yes. He and his wife, Carol, for some reason I came in contact with them maybe a decade ago with Fox 43, and they're a sweet couple.
Yeah.
He's a great guy, and of course he's really committed a lot, and that is all about children hospitals.
That's it. That's the entire purpose of the Shrine is to our children's hospitals.
I don't think I knew that. Well, I'm glad you shared that. We'll have to get somebody in. Is there one particular local organization, or there are multiple units here on the Strand?
Oh yes, we have several units in the Strand area.
Several temples.
Several units.
Oh, units. Excuse me. Okay.
Of our temple.
Of your temple.
In fact, in the past we've always called it Shrine Temple, which is in Mount Pleasant. Or there's 3 in South Carolina.
There's 3 temples in the
South
state.
Carolina.
One's in Mount Pleasant.
Columbia and Greenville.
Okay.
We were in Charleston, but some years ago we were able to buy this property over in Mount Pleasant.
Great.
With some extra land, and so
Sure.
forth. We were too crowded downtown in Charleston. But then we have units. And we have several, as I say,
on the Strand.
County.
Yeah, sure. And all over the state. That's fantastic. So there's probably one in each of the 46 counties, or?
Sure. With our Shrine Temple, we will put 50, 60 units on the street in a parade.
Is that right?
And in September now, when South Atlanta will be here, we'll have 19 Shrine Temples.
So you'll have a heck of a lot of units.
We'll have a 4-hour-plus parade.
Where will that be held, Bob?
It'll be on South Ocean Boulevard, starting at 12th Avenue South and going to 29th South.
Heading right down there to...
down the boulevard, and our headquarters is Springmaid Hotel.
On Friday, we're going to have Jim Watson with us, the treasurer of the board of the Myrtle Beach Art Museum, which I believe is located at 3100 South Ocean Boulevard, probably right there where y'all are going to be wrapping up the parade. That'll be exciting. That's held in September. What's the date there? Do you know it?
September. I'm not sure. It's the weekend, it's about the 19th to 20th. It's the third weekend.
Third weekend of September. That is tremendous. And again, 651-5675 for viewers who want to learn more about the Shrine organization, about what y'all are doing.
And of the South Atlantic Shrine Association, which covers 6 states, our president this year is from Myrtle Beach.
Is that right? Who is that?
Bob Gray is our president this year.
Oh, yeah, Dan's brother.
That's right.
Well, we will get Bob in. I did not know that. We've had his brother Dan on our show a number of times.
Bob is president of the South Atlantic Shrine Association this year.
Boy, Sherry, well, we need to get on that and lock up Bob Gray. I like Bob a lot, and he's a faithful not only advertiser but also longtime subscriber of the Myrtle Beach Herald, our show sponsor here.
Yes. His father, Phil Gray, was a former president of the South Atlantic Shrine.
I did not know that. Well, that is tremendous. I've seen Bob and that fancy red cap you all have. I believe I hope that's the same organization. Excuse me. It's it may not be a cap. That's
it's called a fez.
There's something fancy about it. That's right. If it's a fez.
Fez.
How do you spell that?
F-E-Z.
That sounds like that sounds fancy to me. So it's I'm sure a very. And what does that symbolize, Bob? The fez. Does it have a special symbolic?
Well, every member, it's the uniform.
Right. It's part of the uniform, or it is the uniform.
Yeah, it is the uniform.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's very interesting.
When you become a Shriner, you get a fez, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And one little thing, right now, Shrine, we have Shrine clubs. See, we have a club in Myrtle Beach. Shrine Club is right out on 17 bypass.
Right.
We have one in Conway.
Right.
Walk-em-off Shrine Club.
Sure.
In Conway.
Is the Shrine organization trying to increase its numbers, or is it a pretty fixed number? Would viewers be, if they're interested in learning more about the Shrine organization, are you looking to increase?
For many years ago, we had more members, and we keep losing members, and actually death causes an awful big loss of our members.
Right.
But fortunately, we have been able to maintain ours without having a loss for the past few years.
Good.
Taking enough new members, to make up for their loss.
Right, sure.
But a lot of temples don't have that. I mean, they have losses about every year in membership.
That's fascinating. Well, thank you for sharing that with us. We've got less than 5 minutes, Bob. I'm sorry, time's flying. But what about some of your favorite memories of the parades over the last 23, 24 years? What are some of the memories that really stick out in your mind? Are there any boats that really stick out in your mind, or some exciting decorated boats?
Well, I don't know of particular boats, but a lot of them are go all out doing their decorating.
Yeah, sure.
And one that I remember so very well, our Harold Lewis, Reverend Harold Lewis.
Of course, from Blaine, the former pastor there, Reverend.
Has a big, nice boat, and he goes all out decorating his boat,
Yeah, sure.
Everything. So most every year they're in the parade.
Is there a size requirement?
No size. I have folks call me and ask that question, and I tell them that we have in the parade everything from a 14-foot John boat with 2 little boys in it to a 60-foot yacht with many people on it, and everything in between.
Is that right? So you could, as small as 14 feet and 2 little boys on it? To as large as you could even go, and keep going larger than 60 feet. Yachts as big as they are. Does anyone bring canoes out or anything like that?
Some do.
Is that right? They go all out.
We encourage everybody to get into parade regardless of what type boat.
What kind of financial wherewithal they may or may not have, or I'm sure folks with great wealth would bring a small boat out, and folks who don't have it may get a big one for the day.
Just get out and enjoy it.
That's wonderful. Well, I know this has been exciting for you as you think about that. And again, for viewers that are coming in from the PD or local folks, if they don't have if they don't own land there in Murrells Inlet, is there a good place for them to come to park their car or their truck or their vehicle that's hauling their boat, to dock to launch their boat?
Well, we have a regular public launch there in Murrells, and it is near Captain Dick's, and of course we have a big parking area.
Sure.
And now Blaine Church has some parking areas there.
Right.
But in front of Blaine Church is a big viewing area where we have so many people are there. It's a that's one of the big viewing areas.
That's one of the great places to view the parade. Right. All along the Marsh Walk, you said?
Yes.
In front of the restaurants from as far north as Bovines up there.
That's right.
Down to Captain Dick's, more or less.
That's right.
And then there at Blaine Methodist Church, and even further south. But the parade will begin there, you said, at the point, the very southern end of Garden City.
Yes.
And it will end where?
We go all the way back around.
Okay, it'll loop all the way back around. Where will it go furthest south before it loops back around?
Well, you see, near Nance's restaurant, you go back out to the
then back up towards
the jetty.
That's fantastic. Yeah. Good. And of course, again, if a viewer really wants to get involved, when you think about it, you're giving prizes. You said 5 prizes.
5 trophies.
5 trophies. Will there be the best decorated boat?
Yes.
And the best decorated dock?
Right.
That is tremendous, Bob.
Yeah. The folks go all out decorating their docks, and they have families, in the gatherings there, and their picnics and everything in their yard, so they have large groups of people on their own property. Yeah.
Anything you're doing to get ready for the silver anniversary next year, Bob?
Not especially, not yet. We try to have a marshal sometimes, and we have different people to be our grand marshal.
Sure.
I mentioned Harold a while ago, Lewis. He was grand marshal one year.
Sure.
And so we invite people to come, dignitaries.
Sure, absolutely. Thank you so much for being with us this morning, Bob. Congratulations for 24 big years.
Thank you very much. I enjoyed it.
Stay tuned to more Carolina People with Bob Hendrick coming up next. Getting close, right around 50 hours before the 24th annual Murrells Inlet Boat Parade. A couple of key facts Bob was driving home. No size requirements. Whether you got a canoe, or you heard him talk about the 14-foot John boat with 2 little kids on there, or the 60-foot yacht with a whole big crew on there. No size requirements. And no fee. No fee. If you want to be in there, to get in there. Now, if you want to be judged, there is a $5 fee. If you want to be considered to be judged, if your boat's going to be judged, or if the dock will be judged, there's a $5 fee. But no fee for any other boat that wants to get in. Then just get in at the southern end of Garden City, down there at the point. What a tremendous opportunity. You heard Bob talk about all the experiences there. Think back to 24 years back when his service as a volunteer with the Coast Guard Auxiliary down there, and the excitement for him as he and his neighbors decide about 30 days before the 4th that we got to make this happen. It'll be a great event. They had 30 boats out back then, and they were able to get that permit and still have 30 days to spare. Think about that. That number 30 resonates. 25 years next year. It'll be a big celebration. The phone number's simple, 651-5675. Write it down if you want to learn more. But you got 50 hours. Get out there. Get involved. 24th Annual Murrells Inlet Boat Parade.